So hello guys and welcome back to my YouTube channel if you're a returning subscriber. But if you're new to this channel, thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I really appreciate. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe, like, share, comment. But if you are a regular, let me go back to my regulars. Thank you so much for showing me love. Thank you so much for commenting. Thank you so much for subscribing, and thank you so much for showing me love in so many ways. I really appreciate. So on today's video, we'll be talking about working your dream. Guys, I'm so excited to share this video with you because I am going to have a reference point, which is something very close to my heart. And I'll be sharing with you a few tips that I followed, and these are applicable to everybody out there, and regardless of what you want to do, regardless of the goal that you have set, regardless of the dream that you have set for yourself, it is something that when applied you can definitely get the results you desire. The first principle that I applied, the first tip that I applied, the first rule that I applied, however you want to address it, was clarity. It's always important that when you set your goal, you're clear about it, because once you're clear, your energy, your thoughts, your attention, your resources are laser focused on that goal that you have defined. You don't waste a lot of time on things that don't look like it. You don't waste a lot of resources on things that don't take you to the place that you desire to be. So clarity is very important in the aspect of goal setting because it defines your path. It's like a roadmap that helps you get to the destination that you want to get. And that for me worked. It really worked because I was sure of what I wanted. And this is where certain concepts such as vision boards come in, writing down your goals come in, imagination comes in, where you have a time to sit and just imagine that which you desire come alive. So many things come in once clarity is there. So many things are defined, they are well departmentalized once clarity is involved. And it sure worked for me. It really worked for me so much. Not only that, but once I got my clarity, I was able to actually form a Pinterest vision board of what I wanted my background to look like, of the colors I wanted to work with, of the accessories I wanted to use, and the amount I was willing to spend to achieve the goal that I desired to achieve. Important to invest in the things that you desire to achieve in your goals. It's important, and they look different to different people at different levels and stages. Now, tip number 2 that helped me achieve this goal, or the background that you see, is setting a timeline. It's important that once you have defined your goals, that you set a timeline. I'm going to quote Robin Sharma. I'm going to read it. He says that the things that you schedule are the things that get done. It's important to set timelines, because once you set a timeline, it helps with procrastination, because you know that you are working with time. And if you're working with time, you know that it's limited and it will never come back. So that means it's valuable. And you try your best to push yourself out of your comfort zone to achieve it on time, of that which you have set. And this is where you now have people to hold you accountable. So accountability partners, you have them, your friends, your boss, your parents, anybody you know that if they speak or if they remind you, you know that, hey, I gotta pick up my socks and I gotta pull up my socks pick up my bag and run towards that which I committed to. So with that being said and done, let's go right into the tour. My laptop, that's where I do my admin from. This is where I do schoolwork from. Anything that is laptop related, that's where I work it from. Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up. You can see my photo frame, which I got from Hof at a very, very affordable price. Say what you wanna say to me now. From there we've got my diffuser, which I like so much. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. I got the Versus Robinson and they were very affordable. I bought two. I loved how aesthetically pleasing they looked in my eyes. You and me got a whole other meaning, I don't know how. You and me just know how it feels. So I got a bouquet of flowers, and when I got this bouquet, I decided to divide the flowers so that they can be stored in both vases. To me now, I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning. Something fake to me now. I wanna wake up with you. So with that being said and done, I would definitely tell you the reason why I decided to enhance my background. The reason why I did that, or the reason why I enhanced my background, was so that I can create an environment that feeds my creativity, that feeds my productivity, that reminds me of where I want to be in a few years' time. And it's important for you to do the same. It's important for you to invest in your environment, or I can say create an environment that reflects where you want to be 10 years from now, 20 years from now, regardless of your circumstance. Always protect your dreams. Always protect your goals. Do not be rigid to change. Do not be rigid to learning. But what I'm trying to say is that always remind yourself of that which you've always wanted to be. I mean, if you've always wanted to be a CEO of a company, why not read books that help you understand leadership better? You understand? So you might not have the resources now, but at least start where you are. Ask the people around you, how did they do this? How did they do that? Sometimes it can be creating the Pinterest visionary board. If you like Pinterest, now I know my ladies. My ladies, where you at? Yeah, create the vision board on Pinterest if you can't create one physically, so that every time you open your Pinterest and you scroll once or twice, you go back to your visionary board and remind yourself of where you want to be. Listen to the podcasts, listen to the videos, speak to people that have gone before you, look at the people that have run the race and they're still running, because they're still alive. If they're late, you can read their biographies. But if they're still around, why not utilize them, especially if they're in close proximity with you? Ask them, sit them down and ask, how did you do this? If there was advice that you would give yourself 20 years later or 20 years ago, what would it be? What advice would you give me, looking at the fact that I would like to walk in a similar path like you? What should I look out for? So it's all those little things that, when done consistently, it accumulates to that which you desire to have. Thank you so much for joining me on this tour. Thank you so much for showing me love. But that's just a glimpse of my mini office, and this is where I can start from, and hopefully you do the same for yourself where you are at, with whatever that you can. Do not procrastinate. and always remember that you are enough. Bye. Enjoy yourselves. Have a lovely weekend. Love you.